Minnesota, up until recently, had been the highest, we had the highest per capita rate of people with disabilities earning below minimum wage. Now, fortunately, the last few years we have made some progress, but we still have about 3,000 people and about 52 organizations that pay folks less than the minimum wage.
Wow, that's a lot. That is a lot. So what are we going to do to slow this down and get these folks working in a more of a competitive type environment?
Well, we started about 5 years ago. This movement here in Minnesota was led by 4 self-advocates, several of which had there had been attempts to place those individuals in sub-minimum wage work settings. And they said, no, this isn't for me. And despite the fact that that's what was believed that they would be capable of and what they could accomplish, these gentlemen went on to take on Capitol Hill and begin some legislation. I was one of those 4 self-advocates leading this in 2020. And since then, we've gone on to create a task force here in Minnesota. I was lucky enough to be one of the co-chairs of that task force that really did our work. Like we went out, we talked to families, we talked to providers, we talked to other states that have eliminated sub-minimum wage, and we came up with a really solid plan for what Minnesota would have to do if we were going to eliminate sub-minimum wage, and also make sure that all the people being served under those programs still had the supports they needed and still had the opportunity to have employment opportunities.